Hello, my name is Joseph Scoggins, and I'm here to talk to you about the virtual classroom for the e-learner in this digital generation. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going for my second master's degree in educational leadership, and this project that I came up with was try to get technology more into the classroom by using more of a blackboard shell or flipping the classroom type method. The technology vision statement I came up with that we're trying to work on for Mod Public Schools is to engage academically and challenge through curriculum by using that technology. As you can see here, I cited Mansfield Public Schools to come up with the specific goals for that, and the vision statement really wants to expand the learning and utilize technology to the fullest extent for students and teachers. Make sure it's available and supported by a good IT department to make sure firewalls are in place and nothing can really occur to cause a malfunction to the technology in the school. Make sure it works efficiently and properly for needs that it needs to be done for. The e-learner. According to Dr. Conrad at Tech Addiction, by the age of 8, 96% of children have watched television. 90% of those children have used a computer, 81% of those children have played video games, and 60% have been on some portable device, whether it's a cell phone or a tablet or something like that. The typical 2-year-old under 2 spends at least 53 minutes per day on some sort of screen, whether it's television or a computer, video game, etc. And that kind of goes up from whenever they go from a toddler to preschool age. Roughly 3.5 hours is used on media in some sort of fashion. And once they start getting a little bit older and into school age, it really starts going big, and technology is a big part of students' lives these days, and less than 20 minutes of a day are actually used in reading. And so if we can kind of use that to our advantage as educators in the classroom, I feel it will make much more progress and less buck from the students whenever they kind of do technology that's engaging, and let them do something that they enjoy to do as well. So the flipped classroom model allows students to kind of learn at their own pace. They're able to use tablets and take those home, or use a computer at home to watch a preview of the lesson or a mini lesson type thing. They can watch it, they can rewatch it, and then watch it again to make sure that they actually understand the content that was being presented by the teacher herself. And by being able to do that at home, they'll be able to have relevant questions for whenever the class time happens, and it can be more of a one-on-one teaching strategy to really fill in those missing gaps and answer those questions in the classroom. Because whenever you start doing this in school and you're teaching them right then, you have questions that may be irrelevant. Students are having to focus so hard on understanding the content that less actual work is being accomplished, and this flipped classroom model allows them to understand the material before coming to class and kind of have a heads up about what the lesson is going to be, where it's going to go, and actually have questions pertaining to the lesson during that time. And then they're able to get right into the assignment, understand it, peer work and stuff like that. And those who are still struggling, gives them a more one-on-one strategy with that teacher and be able to drill down to some of those content specific areas. Students on IEPs in my area, they're able to see this and watch it and rewatch it again if they have to watch it 100 times, or just one time to be able to comprehend what was being taught during that lesson. And so it really makes it engaging whenever they come to the class and things like that. I know Sean Sheehan of Norman High School uses this type of model, and it's very effective for what he did. Well, of course, being Teacher of the Year last year as well makes it much needed as well. So why is all this important? According to a little clip there, students questioning the teacher saying that Facebook is a website and Charlotte's Web is a book, and they're really confused about it. So I found that kind of humorous and wanting to try and make it important and relevant by allowing technology to provide global access to information, be able to meet all the needs of learners, refine some of those skills and foster creativity, and that is the main thing we lose going through school, we start out with children who are open canvases and are very creative. And by the time they start getting into testing grades, grade 3 and 4, their creativity levels have dropped because they're being learned, and they learn and they're being taught how to take a test. And so by fostering that creativity, we can really expand that and make them more well-rounded individuals to be productive for society. Technology, with the basis of where society is going, this can really help by allowing them to be creative and innovative in their needs for education. Technology also allows us to be able to collect, assess, and share information, performance, whether it's individually, students, as a whole group, different things like that. And there's a lot of ways to be able to look and do that as well. And technology it can provide skills and proficiencies necessary for workforce. Most applications now are having to be done on the internet or on some sort of computer based whenever you want to go apply for a job or something like that. ISTE standards for the technology standards. This meets all standards for teachers and students both. Teachers, they're going to grow in technology and be able to flourish in everyday life. It's going to take some of those veteran teachers who didn't have technology when they started really become new and innovative with their students that are growing up with this, and they can learn with them as well. And it's going to help them grow professionally as well. For our students, those who grow up in low socioeconomic areas, I don't want technology or academics to hinder the potential of what they can really become to do. That's why I want to try and provide something where technology can push my students and my kids further in life than what they projected to be. I want to try and break that chain of history and things like that, and make them where they can really flourish and become productive people of society as well. Professional development plan. One thing I looked here is we'll have a monthly meeting about 90 minutes after school on the first Tuesday of every month. They will be highly recommended, and they do have an incentive pay program with them, $125 per month they go. There's 8 total months that they'll do it. And that's really going to be the driving factor. They'll get PD points. They'll be able to get the pay for it as well. And it helps them grow professionally as well. I understand things may come up where teachers are not able to go, but it really will be focused to try and do that, and they'll have an entire month to try and get some of the stuff they don't get accomplished. They'll have in their weekly teacher meetings and things like that, whether it's a vertical alignment meeting that week or a horizontal alignment where they meet with the same grade level. But we'll be able to cross-curriculum integrate as well, being able to use reading standards and reading stuff in a science atmosphere and try and incorporate this all in the technology program through that virtual classroom shell that we'll be using. They'll be able to develop formative and informative assessments and progress monitoring as well. And that's what we're going to try and do during this PD time, is understand the program itself, align our standards to one another to make sure that we're covering all aspects of what we need to get accomplished, and being able to use that curriculum to educate our students and use that creativity to help them build parts of different things and do presentations like this as well. So the professional development plan, as you can see, I've kind of laid it out here from September to April. We won't do anything in August because beginning of school, trying to get rules and policies and rules and classroom regulations, things like that in place for students and get them to understand. In April will be testing month, and then May is usually in the school. And be able to use this where I have an alignment source of how the teachers will be going, what will be focused on for that PD time. The curriculum groupings will have one grouping being able to do grade level alignments, vertical alignments, cross-curriculum alignments. Group leads will be specialists or administrators being able to take those roles and head those groupings to make sure we get things accomplished. What's going to be the primary focus of each group and what they'll be doing. And that assessment grouping will be a separate group where they'll be trying to do build assessments to monitor students, see how the technology can format to do that, to be cost effective, to not have so much printing and paper pencil, and kind of go from there. Implementation timeline. The first year to implement this will be creation and reflection. We'll start this probably in the month of October with just the GT students from first grade through 12th grade. Kind of get them to eye open and test it, get their thoughts and feedback throughout that year. Year 2 implementation will be instructional practices for the secondary. Try and start doing that with the secondary in grades 9 through 12 and kind of go from there. And then third year will be full implementation across the district wide. Funding sources, these are the sources here. We chose the Avitas Foundation because of being in that area. They really help out well. Technology grants in the area, using the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, try and get them to do some stuff. Box tops for education. It'll be easy to kind of do. Recycling, ink, and toner help cut out some of those additional costs. Co-oping with other districts for a technology director, and then Donors Choose as well. And there are my references. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day.